On this edition of Letter Media Live, we are visiting with our friend Andrew Hall. He is the director of the Ross County Historical Society. We'll tell you why he's here in just a moment, but first, these words from Kingston National Bank.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Back with Andrew Hall. Happy holidays.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you as well.
And that's part of what this is all about, your holiday open house, which is coming up this weekend. And there's a big old jolly elf that's going to show up too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on for our holiday open house. In fact, we've technically got two different programs happening throughout the day. The very first one will be focused on our younger members and just any kids in the neighborhood who want to come and meet Santa. And then we'll have our broader open house in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Explain to us, for people who don't know that you have the younger program, how can these kids become members?
Yeah, absolutely. So our junior member program is inclusive for kids ages 6 to 12, and it involves 6 different programs throughout the year where kids get to come to the museum and have different historical experiences, each with a different theme. It's only $10 for the entire year, and in fact, we're actually going to be offering some expanded benefits next year, hopefully doing more field trips and being able to get our junior members into other museums around the state at some discounted rates.
That's pretty cool. I know as a kid I enjoyed going to, back then, COSI was downtown and everything in Columbus, but you never know what's going to spark a kid's interest. And even yourself, how did you get interested in history?
A lot of it was just my parents taking us out to museums. Funny enough, my first museum job was at the Fort Meigs Historic Site up in Perrysburg, and that's one of my early history memories of my parents taking us up there to just walk around the fort. And I have distinct memories of just really being fascinated by one of the cannons that were up on the battlements of the fort. And that stuck in my memory for years and years and years. So getting the chance to work there, and in fact, getting the chance to actually fire that particular cannon that I remembered from being a kid was phenomenal. So you're right. I mean, kids can get that spark of interest from anywhere. In fact, I remember in many, many instances doing chores and getting the kids to do historical chores, and parents wondering, kids don't want to do their chores at home, but they're doing it here. What's the difference?
Mm-hmm. And part of it is you make it fun.
We try.
And educational. And for mom and dad, it's do that.
Right, exactly. This is something unique. It's special in this case.
Exactly, yeah. So Santa's going to be a part of that portion of the
Correct.
show, right? Yeah.
So the junior member program, it's Breakfast with Santa. So that's going to go from 10 to noon on Saturday the 13th. So at that program, kids will have a chance to get a pastry, get some juice and some water in the morning. We'll be doing historical crafts, making Christmas ornaments. And of course, they'll have a chance to meet Santa, learn a bit about his story. He's going to talk about his long, long history. And then they'll also, of course, have a chance to get pictures with Santa before they head home.
Speaking of ornaments, a little bit later on for the adults, they'll be able to see the paper ornaments.
Absolutely.
Sharon Snitty.
Yes. So during the open house, which runs from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, in which the entire museum is free, all of the exhibits are open and ready for folks to go through, we will have a special display of our Scherenschnitte, which is, for those who don't know, a type of German paper cutting. So it makes these phenomenally detailed and just gorgeous plain paper ornaments that really it's hard to describe it without being able to see it. They're just so amazing.
Yeah. If in recent years when I've been there, the Christmas tree in your lobby has been adorned with these ornaments.
Yes.
Same thing?
It has, yes, and it will be. It's become a tradition. One of our volunteers actually does all the paper cuttings. She puts up the tree with us every year. So we're really happy to be able to showcase her skills and be able to offer it to the community.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing how this comes out, and the patience they must have to to do this cutting.
Yes, I can only imagine. It's certainly a kind of patience I don't have.
Yeah. Now, as we jump towards the end of the year, this is your last opportunity really to see some of your temporary exhibits if you've not been to see them yet this year.
That's correct. Especially our Ice Age exhibit, where it has our one of our newer additions, Thomas Wolvington, our mammoth, as well as our militia exhibit on the second floor. So those are going to be changing out this winter. So if you haven't had the opportunity to come and see them yet, make sure you do that by the end of December, because we are going to be closed in January and February of 2026 for exhibit renovations and cleaning.
Yeah, and I remember we promoted the mammoth and your naming contest and the whole deal. But I have yet to get in to see this. So
okay.
I'm part of who you're talking to right now.
Definitely, yes.
Make sure we get down there to check this out. In the militia exhibit, it's always incredible to go and see the types of weaponry that was used, ideas, uniforms worn, and that sort of thing, no matter what year it was.
Sure. Yeah, and this exhibit covers from Ohio's early statehood all the way until the 1870s. So you can really see a broad evolution of uniforms and weapon styles. And in fact, the centerpiece of the exhibit, which is an early coat that was actually used during the War of 1812, when it goes off exhibit, it's actually going to be going to Columbus for a long overdue conservation treatment. So once it goes off exhibit here, it's not going to be back on exhibit anywhere in the state for at least a few years.
Yeah. Now, you will be able to see some of the established displays that they're part of the real Heritage Center and everything that you have that you normally would get to see. But the temporary exhibits, how much area do you have to dedicate to that?
Well, we generally have 3 different rooms in the complex that we rotate around through those temporary exhibits. And it's a fair amount of space. So that's why we take those extra months during the wintertime to really be able to properly renovate and get those spaces prepped for when we put up those new exhibits.
I always like going in, seeing the bandwagon and the wagon.
Oh, absolutely.
It was pulled to show basically what pioneering was like. But the automobiles that you have, and to go along with that, my favorite spot is the railroad diorama.
Oh, I can understand that.
And to see what downtown Chillicothe looked like back in the late 1700s, if I'm not mistaken. But you've got prehistoric stuff there, too, and you probably have a larger collection than what they have at Hopewell.
We might. It's possible. But we do have a significant display of history ranging all the way from, like you said, prehistory up until just about the modern day. So one of the nice things about our museum is that there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Now, 2026, you'll have several temporary exhibits again.
Sure.
We'll reveal what those are when we get closer to you reopening for the year, but you do know what the first one's going to be.
We do, and I'd be happy to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. The first temporary exhibit for 2026 is going to be focused on the history of recorded music. So we're going to be pulling into our archives, getting all kinds of songs and recorded music that you might not have ever heard of even, from different Ohio composers and writers. We'll be also pulling out the machines that played that recorded music and showing the evolution from, a simple music box to the phonograph all the way up to the modern day.
Yeah, the Victrola. Maybe, do you have a Walkman?
I actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure we do.
Yeah. I may have a Discman at home that you could use.
That's what I was about to say. You never know where the gaps in that collection might be, so we might be looking for new stuff.
Precisely. If someone wants to donate something to the Historical Society, what's the process?
Yeah, so the best way to do that is to take a picture of whatever it is that you're interested in donating and send an email of that to us at info@rosscountyhistorical.org, which you can also find on our website. Or if you're here in town and you have whatever you're interested in, you can just bring it to the museum when we're open and we'll come and take a look at it.
Is it good to write everything that you know about that particular, like where you purchased it?
Oh, absolutely.
That sort of thing?
Yeah. Anything you know about a potential donation is great for us because that's part of that item's provenance. It's the story of how it came from its origin to us. So even if it's something you pick up at an antique store, if it came with a little note, or if you remember seeing a date written on the back of a photograph, anything like that can be helpful.
Yeah, even if my grandfather gave it to me, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have a story to associate with the item.
Yeah, I imagine you have to vet some of that information too.
We do, and honestly, sometimes we do get people who bring donations, and we decide that they're not fit for our collection, but especially if they are items that might fit in other towns, other counties. We do talk with our friends at other museums to find a different home for those things.
It's kind of like a scavenger hunt probably for, hey, do you have this? Or do you have that kind of a trade?
It can be like that sometimes, yes. Especially if you're really looking to fully flesh out a particular collection.
Yeah. Anything that we have missed you want to make sure people knew?
I just want to encourage everybody who hasn't had the opportunity to visit the Ross County Historical Society this year. Make sure you do so before the end of the year. We'd love to see you. Looking at you, Dan. And, just everybody have a great holiday season. There's so much going on in town to enjoy and be thankful for. So I hope everybody has a great holiday.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Andrew Hall from the Ross County Historical Society. Again, you'll find them on West 5th Street.
Yep. 45 West 5th Street.
Right downtown Chillicothe, in historic downtown Chillicothe. Thanks for watching this edition of Litter Media Live. And thanks also to our sponsor today, Kingston National Bank.